Good.
Good morning, Mike and Arlene, our Philippine journey. And Arlene has joined us today. I asked her, I begged her. You know, she hates going on YouTube and she hates being in these videos. So this is a big deal for her.
I just prefer not to be in here.
You just prefer not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not hate.
It's a strong prefer not. So, anyways, I watched Arlene yesterday. She was sitting on the couch, and
No,
she
you
was,
passed by.
I passed by. Okay,
Okay.
she was sitting on the couch watching her iPad. She was watching, and I could hear, and she was kind of giggling a little bit, but serious at the same time. I said, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "Watching this video." And she was watching, how do you say his name?
Rafi Tolpo.
Rafi Tufo.
Yeah.
All right, so Rafi Tufo, for those of you that don't know, because we don't do this often, all right, Rafi Tufo is actually a senator here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, he's been a journalist for 20 years. He has his own show, his own TV show, and he does live streams. And he's actually a pretty magnanimous kind of guy. He helps a lot of people resolve differences.
And quicker.
Yes.
Resolved quicker.
He gets to it pretty fast. Okay? He's kind of a no bullshit kind of guy.
He throw a fit if the problem doesn't solve right away, or
he does throw a fit. And sometimes he uses his own money to solve the problem. Well,
he have helped a lot of people.
He has helped a lot of people. And there's actually, believe it or not, there's actually talk out there of him being a future presidential candidate here in the Philippines.
Him?
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not really into politics, so I don't know.
So anyways, so Ravi's doing a live stream and Arlen's watching it. Actually, it was a video. It wasn't live when you watched it.
No, he was doing live yesterday.
Oh, it was a live stream.
Yeah, it was a live.
Okay, it was a live stream.
At least that's what it says yesterday.
And I'm going to try and summarize some of this because a lot of the conversation is in Tagalog. And then we're going to show you the parts of it that were in English. All right? And I'm just going to preface it like this. She wants not just half, she wants more than half.
No, I did not say more than half.
Not
I said,
not you, her.
Oh, okay, well.
Her. Okay?
I was defending myself.
Yeah. No, Arlene's got some other views, and we're going to hear those.
No.
So anyways, the bottom line is this. This guy's from Australia. He meets this girl online. He comes over to the Philippines to visit, never been, with that he has a friend that lives here. He doesn't meet her his first trip, but they're still chatting and everything
But he
else.
was here in the Philippines already when, when he's chatting her.
Right. He was chatting her while he was here.
Yeah.
Even though he had not met her yet.
Yes.
So he chatted her from Australia, then came here a couple weeks, continued to chat her, but did not meet her.
Right.
Went back to Australia. Then I guess a short period later, a couple weeks is what it sounds like, right? He came back and he met her. All right. Now, there are accusations of cheating. Well, let me just stop. Correct me when I'm wrong, okay? If I miss something. So
I didn't really watch like the whole thing because it make it too long. I want to, you know me, I like shortcut.
Yeah, shortcut. Yeah, that's what Arlene calls it. Shortcut. She has a short attention span.
I do.
I do. All right. So if you hear me say something wrong, though, feel free to correct me, as you always do.
Only what I hear also because, like I said, I didn't watch all the...
Right. Only what you heard. Okay. So, to make a long story short, he meets her. He brings her, and she is single with a child. One child. And they brings her to the Australia.
Oh, and here's the thing also. She have a problem with her PSA. Instead female,
Right.
She's a male, but the guy was aware of that, and I think they bribe something.
Well, we'll get into that, okay? We'll get into that. Just hang on, because I want to give this in kind of like a chronological order.
I think this is long now.
Well, you know what? People will watch it or they won't. Okay. It's 5 minutes and 50 seconds so far. We're going as well. You keep interrupting. So he brings her to Australia. He marries her in Australia. They have another child. They're in Australia for a couple of years. He gets a job offer at a BPO in the Philippines. I didn't catch where. He comes back to the Philippines. She stays in Australia with both the children while just wrapping up, getting stuff done. So for a couple months, then she comes over. The gist of all of this, the bottom line is somehow during the course of all of this, she comes over. They rent a house. They lease a house. All right. They outfit this house. Apparently, it's a 4-story or 5-story. 4-story house. They have some of her family members are staying there.
Yeah, sister and the husband.
Okay.
And the mother, I think.
And he buys a condo also. All right. Maybe it's rental income. Doesn't say.
Yeah, they did not really.
They didn't live in it. So he buys a condo. All right. Fast forward a little bit. He meets a girl in the cafeteria of the BPO. She works for a different BPO. All right. So he meets this girl in this cafeteria. And they're just friends. Just friends.
Sure.
Sure? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there are allegations of cheating. There are allegations of lies. There are allegations of fraud. As Arlene pointed out earlier, her PSA is not accurate. Her birth certificate from the Philippine Statistical Authority says she's a male. All right. And so there's issues of maybe fraud being involved, and they are throwing, to make another long story short, after a while, he decides it's just not in love with her anymore.
Wow.
All right. Now, apparently, this girl that he met conveniently has a job offer to go interview in Thailand. And conveniently, although he doesn't have much money, he conveniently borrows money from a friend to go to Thailand. What happened in Thailand? Have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. Okay? We're not going to tell you stuff they don't talk about. But with all of that being said, they're now splitting up. They're now breaking up, right? And
all the guy wants is the furniture's appliances.
Right. So he wants a refrigerator, a big screen TV,
75-inch,
75-inch, whatever.
Aircon, and electric pans.
So one sofa.
One sofa he wanted because they have 3 and he wanted 1.
Right. So he wants tidbits. I mean, really, tidbits. That's what he wants.
That's why he goes to Rapid Tolpo.
Yeah. All right. So they're arguing about this.
Could be worse for him, though.
True. Could be a lot worse. So they're arguing about this. So Rafi brings in, and this is the part that is what I unfortunately spent 10 minutes trying to tell you. Rafi brings an attorney on, and it's actually his
son-in-law.
Son-in-law is a lawyer, okay, in the Senate for Rafi Tufilo's office. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, but he's a lawyer, so he brings him on. Now, this is the bottom line. She wants all of it. She doesn't want to give him shit, right?
Did she say that? I didn't hear that.
She does just like, hey,
I guess if you're not giving half of it to your husband, I guess you want it all. But he already said he got all full of handful of stuff from their house when he left.
yeah, a couple of things. I mean, but when we started to argue over fans, I mean, come on.
Well, he said they have 7 electric fans.
Okay, big deal. I mean, we've got 4.
5.
5 electric fans. You know, if something should happen, honey, you can have them all. No
Okay,
problem.
I'll keep that in mind.
You keep that in mind. Yeah. And Arlene's like half. I get half.
And that was not my intention, Habdo. I was said, hey, if you're really down, I could, I'm not gonna ask half, but to start a little bit to start my life. Not half, because I know you work hard for it. But then I'm thinking about it last night.
Oh, tell me what you thought about it.
I'm thinking about it last night. Well, it's a different story because this one allegedly
He's
cheating. So if I caught you cheating, then that's a different story. I want my half.
You want your half. You want your half
I mean,
plus.
no, equally.
Equally.
Yes.
Well, what about me? Do I get half equally?
Yeah.
I mean, the house in the province, do I get half?
Yeah, you get half of it, so I get you get half of it, I get half of this condo. So.
And you get half of the condo. All right. Now,
hey, I don't want, if you're cheating, why would I give it away? You might just give it to your another bitch.
To another bitch. Okay. So Arlene's got some pretty strong feelings about cheating, doesn't she? And I don't blame her at all. So, but what's interesting is she can have it. His argument, the guy's argument is, and I will show you what his argument is I want the stuff that I owned before the marriage. All right?
Yeah, because I think the TV, he bought it before
they were married.
I think he said something. He was asking about like, what if I own it before our marriage, and then the attorney said, well, before and
we're going to show you that. Hold on, just a minute. Okay, so here they are arguing. It's in a lot of Tagalog, but then it's going to be moved into English. But I want you to pay attention to what this attorney says. I think that's what's a key.
Yes po, Senator.
Okay, kasal sa Australia, itong si Joanne at itong si Russell.
They're married in
Citizen.
Australia.
However, may mga allegation na hindi raw tamang dokumento, sinumite, etc. But anyway, regardless,
I'm sorry, what?
No, I was translating what Rapi Topo said. He was saying they're married in Australia.
Okay, you're going to have to get closer to the mic if you're going to talk while that's on.
Oh, okay.
So it's
kasi
louder
sila
than
ngayon,
this.
itong si Australian guy, meron na siyang girlfriend bago, and the Australian gentleman, gusto niyang bawiin yung mga gamit. Di ba, pagkasal, ano ba tawag na hati dapat sa property nila pag nakiwala?
Meron po tayong tinatawag, Senator, kapag may kasal na conjugal property.
Yes.
Or kapag wala pong prenuptial agreement, ang pagmamayari ng isa ay pagmamayari ng parehas po sa kasal.
Right. Okay, conjugal property, that's what they call it when you marry.
So now, pay attention to Rafi giving the English translation.
Including stuff that I owned prior to ever meeting her, that I can prove that I owned.
See?
Including ba yun, Atty. Garrett, yung mga gamit na bago sila kinasal? I don't think so. Kung prior sa
Yes
kanila,
po, Senator. Under Philippine law po, I'm not sure sa Australian law, but under Philippine law po, all ownership po before and after the marriage will be joined into the conjugal property, except for properties, for example,
Your
inherited po, galing sa kanyang magulang. Pero generally, Senator, all properties before and after the marriage belong to the conjugal property.
so that means, sir, all your
I'll tell you exactly what it means. I mean, we'll listen to Rafi, but what it really means is you are screwed, buddy.
Your F.
If indeed that's what it is. Now, we'll let this finish here in a minute, but I want to, well, you know what? I'll tell you afterwards.
properties, even before the marriage, you should share it half, 50%.
Okay, well then I've probably got maybe 5% of it.
Kasi ganito na lang po, sir. Meron po kaming agreement.
Kasi ito na naman, willing ka ba yung mga binangkas, sabi ni Mati kasi sa Australia, mahirap naman tihabulin yun kasi iba yung batas at ibang batas natin. Ito mga binanggit, may mga refrigerator, TV, refrigerator, aircon, window, electric pan, sofa, may kaldero pa, microwave, ibibigay na. Kaldero,
Can I add something here?
Yes, sir.
Well, in the interest of fairness, right, originally I said to her, keep the fridge, let me take the fridge out of the condominium unit. She said no.
Okay, so how many furnitures and appliances would you like to?
Okay.
To,
I would like my screen TV. I would like that. If she doesn't want to give me the other fridge, I'll take the fridge out of the condominium unit. Right?
so you have 2 refrigerators.
Yes.
So you want, that's fair enough. So one for her and one for you. Bigyan mo siguro naman para matapos na.
Kasi po, ang ano po kasi, meron kami pinirmihan ng agreement. Doon sa agreement po, nandun po lahat ng mga lista na pwede niyang ilabas.
It wasn't a
sa
certain
bahay.
Ganito naman kasi.
She's saying,
What is she saying?
she's saying they have an agreement what is allowed him to bring stuff with him when they separate.
When they separate? Oh, they
Yeah.
have an agreement, huh?
Yung mga appliances na binanggit niya, sa inyo po dalawa yun. Binuo na po ito nung magkasama kayo. So therefore, magkakahiwalay na kayo. Paghatian niyo lang po siguro para matapos.
Can I ask Rita while she's here? Have you received any property out of the house? And be truthful here. Have you received any property out of our house when they moved out of Gold Key?
No.
No.
Can I also ask?
What?
Did you receive any appliances also?
Yung appliances niya nasa
They're in the house that I'm renting.
Pwede niyo i-check doon.
You've already seen the post on Facebook.
Okay, then I want to see because hindi po nila sinasabi kasi
Okay,
yung
sir, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are you giving child support?
Our child support is supposed to start. We're supposed to pay on the 23rd of every month.
Oh, you're doing that?
Not
It's
yet.
supposed to be this month.
This month.
But I lost my job because I had to come back here and fight her. I don't have means to support her. I have 12 pesos in my Philippine account. I've got about 800 peso in my pocket. That's all I have.
Right.
I've got maybe
Broke?
30
Yeah,
in my
so-
Australian account. I'm now broke because of her.
Oh no, it's
Yes,
not.
it is because
It
of you.
is.
Otherwise, I'd be in Australia working in
Then
every
why you
money.
spend in Thailand and then all of the
That wasn't my
dinners?
money. It was my money.
And so now they argue about Thailand.
Say this part I did not watch this because you interrupted.
You got tired of?
No.
Oh, because I interrupted you?
Yeah, I had to make your lunch. Remember?
Oh, you had to make my lunch. Okay. All right.
Steve, he made me. I've got proof of that where he actually transferred me the
Nakarating ka ng Thailand,
$3,000.
kayong dalawa, tapos wala kang pera?
English.
Nakarating kayo ng
English.
Thailand.
English mo, ano, Sherry.
So she said they went to Thailand.
The guy and the girl went to Thailand.
You go to Thailand with Juliet, sir.
I didn't go to Thailand with Juliet. Juliet was going to Thailand for a job offer.
No.
Be quiet. Let me talk. Right? She went to Thailand through a job offer through my friend. We can prove that, right? My friend, when I got offloaded off the plane,
And that's something else. Apparently, he got offloaded. I don't even know how you offload a foreigner.
For
Why?
asking the immigration about the what if he's not going to this flight, something like that.
Why would they offload him for that? That
I know.
doesn't. Part of that just doesn't make sense to me. But that's okay. My point is half.
Half divided.
Half. All right. Now, yeah, we're used to that in the U.S. We're used to half, but what we're used to is half of the assets acquired during the course of the marriage.
Yes, that's what my understanding as well. But I don't know. I mean, like Rapi Topu was about to say, or he did say that before, if you have the asset before you're married, then the wife can.
Right. And we looked
But
it up. Arlene actually looked it up. Oh, she's like, let me think.
No,
Can
I
get
know.
half?
I
More
know
than
already
half?
about. I know already about it. But what I thought was like, what the husband have before the marriage, the wife can go after about it.
Right.
But then this attorney Garrett said that.
Well, so Arlene did look it up. this morning. She looked it up. After I begged her to help me do this video, she looked it up to get some extra information. And what it says in the Republic Act, is what I've seen before, is that acquired assets prior to the marriage remain the sole asset of the person that acquired it prior to the marriage, unless there's some sort of written agreement about it. But it also says there are some exceptions. Inheritance is one. That makes it always that individual's, okay? But if one spouse contributed financially, physically, by support, by maintenance, by cleaning, by whatever, to the asset, they have a right to that asset also. So,
Don't look at me like.
I'm just wondering, we should get a maid, so it's not the cleaning or anything like that.
Okay, it's not about us, okay?
No, it's not about us.
So
honey.
don't
just-
go deep before.
I'm just being funny, okay? No, it's not about us.
Yeah.
And I would be interested to see how this ends up. I would be interested to know if anybody tries and if it's even possible to follow up on this statement that the attorney says. I mean, the Republic Act reads very well. Now, there's another part here in the video, and I'm going to skip. I'm not even going to go into it. She's pissed. I mean, this woman is mad.
I would be probably if my husband is cheating,
Yes, honey.
Okay.
Yes, yes. It's okay. I love you. I'm never cheated.
Actually,
never
my
going
point. The point here is, if you're not sure about the girl or the girl that you're marrying, then maybe get a prenup
Prenup.
agreement. If you're not, if you're not sure and you're not willing to risk your assets or money, but for Mike's case, it's kind of late.
Well, we won't talk about our agreements
No,
or prenups or anything else.
We're not even thinking.
But what I
about
am talking about, though, is the next piece was she wants him gone. She wants him thrown out of the country.
Yeah, that's what she said on the.
In the live. She said this, okay? And Rafi says, look, maybe you should try and be nice and work this stuff out. And this guy's being a little bit arrogant about it, saying, blah, but I'll talk, but but she's threatening me. And Rafi says, look, all she has to do is go to immigration, file a charge, show some of your text messages that have been heated and emotional, say that she's uncomfortable, and they'll toss your ass right out of this country. You will be.
I'm sure it's for Rapitolfo, I guess he can do that. I'm sure it need for.
It needs to be a little bit more substantial, but they call it the Voicey laws. Okay,
Bouncy.
Bouncy. Sorry, Bouncy. Spell Mississippi, Arlen. Yeah.
Don't start me.
Don't start you. That's a whole different thing. We had a spelling lesson the other day, but we won't get into it. All right.
Good.
Can you spell psychoanalyst?
Do you want half?
Do you want half? Oh, honey, I love you so much.
Analyst?
Psychoanalyst.
Oh, cycle?
Just never mind. Okay.
I'm a cycle. CYCLE. Right?
No, not cycle. Okay. So, anyways.
Okay, edit that.
It's fine. All right. My point with this is that this guy's going to get screwed, more than likely. All right. My point with it also is get an attorney.
Well, actually, the girl said they did talk attorney
before the marriage.
No, women before the marriage. This allegedly girlfriend.
Yeah.
She said they talk attorney.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe all of this should have been put down and stipulated, and this guy should have understood all the rules and everything prior to the marriage.
Yeah.
prior to acquiring the assets.
He should have thought deeply,
Thought deeply.
before he asks help
Yes.
to Rapid Help. Because in this situation, it looked like it's him that's gonna be losing. Because
He's gonna, well, I don't know. I
Because
mean,
if he really cheat during their marriage, then
it sounds like he has less than 1,000 pesos to his name.
it looks like it.
I mean,
Maybe that's why. That's why he wants the TV and
a used TV and refrigerator, and he's
I guess
apparently.
if you're broke, you would ask.
Well,
Some of you know.
sure, but would you give it if I cheated on you?
Well, I'll give you the half, like I said.
You'll just the half.
Yes.
Even though I used my money to build the house,
Mm-hmm.
the money before we were married, even though I used my money to buy the condo,
Mm-hmm. But
you're still going to take half?
Like you always said, you move here because you love me, and you when you buy something, you're ready to give it up, but now you're cheating. It's your consequences.
Oh, so that's the consequences. Okay.
Yeah, you have to accept.
All right. And just so everybody
Like
knows.
I said, I'm not gonna let, if you're cheating and you're living with the other girlfriend, I would not let the girl take all of your. What about me?
What about you?
I was your wife,
Yeah.
so I should get
Half. You should get half.
though.
Duh. All right. So, folks, in the comments below, tell us what you think. All right. Tell us how you feel about it. I'm going to include a link to this live stream in
Wrap it up.
in the description.
I'll correct you that.
Okay.
So sometimes when you said I will include the link,
I don't do it.
Yeah.
I get lazy. Sometimes shit happens.
now you just I guess
Okay.
you forget to add.
Yeah, I do. I forget.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, because like now it's kind of like, oh, I got all this done. It's lunchtime.
Well,
All right. So then after I get lunch, it might be time for my nap.
no, I understand.
And then later tonight, I'm going to put all this together and I'll forget. Okay. But no, I'm going to do my very best to remember. So anyways, in the comments, folks, please like, thumbs up. Yeah. Marlene. Thumbs up. All right. Subscribe and let us know what your thoughts are. And you know something? Let Arlene know we appreciate
No.
as much as she hates being on YouTube, as much as she hates being on camera. All right. She'd rather be the one doing the camera than behind, in front of the camera. So that we appreciate it. Otherwise, we hope you have a great day. Be safe. Take care. Bye-bye.